Hello everybody, Jamie with the House of Rags here, and today we're going over the DIY new cord-free polishers and how you can get some real good effectiveness out of using them. We got the Rotary, we got the 25mm. These are some hard choppers, but they're also some good finishers as well. We're combining them with that Detail Co system. Detail Co, we got the baby blue finishing pad, we got the one-step blue pad, we got the heavy cutting wool pad, and of course we're teaming up with Detail Co in-game. This is a pad dependent cutting compound. This is a compound, but you can get some nice finish at it. All you gotta do is adjust the pad and adjust the amount you apply on the pad, and it's gonna change the level of cut and finishing ability, or the cut and cutting ability of the compound. So it's a heavy cutter, but it's also a nice little finishing product. You just gotta know how to use it. So today, that's why we're gonna go over and combine it with the power of the DIY choppers here, the Rotary and the 25mm. So, of course, the DIY polishers are already known for their battery placement. They are Makita style batteries. They fit right in the middle, makes the machine super well balanced. It also makes it feel like a battle axe as you're about to go to battle with the swirls on your paint. They're real nice and smooth right out the box. No need to change grease, that kind of deal. They feel really good. They got some nice rubber padding down here on the handle that makes it real grippy. Not gonna lose grip on them, that kind of deal. They have a nice, responsive, clicky speed dial. And other than that, they're a nice gold standard yellow with the DIY Detail logo. And they just seem like beautiful, great machines right out the box at a very good price. Super competitive. It's the 25mm. So this bad boy is definitely ready to chop some paint. We're gonna run 6-inch pads all day today on both machines and team it up with that Detail Co system. So let's go to the other side of the hood, do a little sanding spots, and get into how you can use these machines with our Detail Co cutting system in today's video. So we're starting paint correction, so a good thing to do is always kind of measure the paint. I got this just off of Amazon. It's a rinky-dink little coating thickness gauge, but it works really well. So this will do it. Put it on the mil setting, not on the setting. So you hit this button right here, versus mil. It's just easier to read. 3.9, this is that Kia paint. 4.5 in the middle. 4.16. So we should have plenty of paint to test on here. I've already washed and decontaminated with a clay towel. It did leave a little bit of marring in the paint. We're gonna hit it with this sandpaper that's new from CarPro, their silica carbide sanding disc. This is 2000, just to show you how well we can cut today. And these are really epic sanding discs, because I'm gonna show you right here, you can use them dry or wet. So let's move the camera and so you can see the action. So we're gonna have 3 different sections here, so we're just gonna go at it. Make a nice little, these do a really nice cut on the paint. Look at that, just a beautiful, real nice finish. And what's cool about this sandpaper is you can see the clear coat build up on the paper. You just wipe and it's gone. That's what makes this silica carbide stuff really cool. So that's our first area of cutting. So we'll do a second area right here. And then we'll do a third area down here. So there you go. So that gives us some good scratches. Silica carbide disc, wipe, clean, ready to be used. Again, you can use wet or dry. These are awesome. If I get you in here real close, you can see this is 2000 grit sanding marks, just so you know what's going on a little up closer. So on this first sanding spot, we're gonna do a Rotary cut and Rotary finish, show you how to do it with one machine. On the second spot, we'll do the 25mm cut and a Rotary finish. And then on the third spot, we'll do the DA cut and finish. That way you can see the work done with one machine, or you can see the work done with a combo of the two. Either way, we got the Rotary cutting pad. Ivan obviously doesn't follow the Rotary cutting methodology as is traditional. He is more of a new age, cut with the DA, finish with the Rotary. Today we're gonna be cutting with the wool pad. You can put a little swirly, you can draw you a line, give in-game a good shake. So we're just gonna draw us a little bead, put our compound over here. Now, when it comes to Rotary cutting, There's rotary cutting where you put it on an angle, and then there's finishing where you keep it flat. Of course, Ivan teaches you keep the finishing pad nice and flat. It's going to give you a beautiful finish. But today we're doing some cutting, so we're going to have to put it on a little lean and cut all to be able to cut the sanding marks out. So you put it on speed 1, pick up your bead of polish, spread it out real good. Now we're going to crank up to speed 3. And we're just going to put the machine on a little bit of an angle, not much. You want nice overlapping passes. Watch your edges, of course. Kind of look through the polish to see the work you're doing. We're only going to need to do about 2 passes. And on my 3rd pass on the way back, I just put the pad flat. We can put it on speed 1. Just to kind of finish out and take away a little bit of the work we're going to need to do on the finishing step. So we got our towel. Let me get a light. See if we can see the rotary trails that we created. So you can see how the paint's all wavy. That's the rotary trails from a heavy cutting step with a rotary. So now we got to finish that out. But as you can see, this was our sanding marks on the next spot. This was where the sanding marks were on this back spot, and we got all the sanding marks. Now we just got to finish it up, and this paint's going to be crystal clear. So next up, we got the Detail Co Baby Blue foam pad. This was originally like an 8-inch pad that Buff and Shine had for rotary, and I was like, I need that in 5 and 6 inch, and that would be very successful in today's market. So waffle design, just like Ivan likes his finishing pads as well. It's a super nice, soft, premium foam. And we're gonna load this one up. You can do it on the paint, you can do it on the pad, however you want. We're just gonna put 1 little pea-sized drop. Like I said, the less compound we use, the lesser the cut of in-game compound. So we're gonna spread it out and start our polishing on speed 1. And in this, you just keep the pad flat and you just move it back and forth real nice, real even, real slow. Overlapping passes, and you're gonna have a really good time with that baby blue. You're not gonna burn nothing unless you just have no paint left. But shouldn't be in any fear of damaging pretty much anything with the softer pad, speed 1 rotary. I mean, you're just massaging that paint, finishing it up. And you can really just jewel till the cows come home. No pressure needed. Let the machine do the work, and that should be about it. Let's check it out. So finishing with a rotary is stupid easy. Got our light, got our towel. Yeah, it's looking good. Freebird, by the way. All right. Let's not blind you with the light and see if I can get you off the tripod. All right, so no more rotary trails on the paint. It's looking crystal clear. We're ready to do that next test spot. Next up, we got the wool pad on the 25mm polisher. I'm still gonna put just a little dab of in-game right on the sanding mark. Put this over here, and we're just gonna go town. We're gonna spread it out on speed 2. Bump it up to speed 4. Overlapping passes. We're gonna see how good the 25mm can chop through these sanding marks. You can move real fast with this machine. I mean, I've already done 2 passes, no time at all. boom. This one's a fun one to use. This is 25 millimeters is it's good stuff. So I can still see a little bit of the sanding marks. We didn't get quite all of them, so I'm gonna step down to the blueberry pad just to use it. Could go over it again with the wool pad, but I don't think we need that heavy a cut. And I'm actually gonna apply a little bit extra compound this time. So we'll do 4 little dabs. That way our first cut on the paint is real hard, real nice. Hopefully levels out them sanding marks. All right, let's go down. Oh yeah, that was able to cut out all them sanding marks. So as you can see, if I can tip you up, so you can see the next sanding mark there, and a nose trace of that one there, and we still need to finish. But what happened now, let me show you. This Kia paint's a little soft, so you can see it left behind a nice haze. So this is what we're gonna finish out with the finishing blue pad. And we're gonna try it on the 25 millimeter. So this is the fun part of paint correction. Do your test spot, see what works. Sometimes it takes a minute. But that time we applied too much in-game and didn't get the kind of proper finish. But the combination of the soft Kia paint, too much in-game, the blue pad, 25 millimeters of chop we got going on. So we got the blue pad on, we're gonna spread out speed 1. All right, let's bump it up to speed 4. See how well it can finish on a 25 millimeter. This might not work, I'm not even sure. Might have to pull out the rotary and finish. No pressure, because we're trying to just finish. Boom. Actually, this pass we were supposed to finish with the rotary, weren't we? We were supposed to do a combination. Oh well. We'll do the combo on this last one then. Alright, so that was all DA, and look at that. That worked outstanding. Let me get you up close and personal. So you can see the finish from our first panel. The second one, nice and finished out. Now it's time for the third section. Alright, so we did all rotary, we did all DA. Now let's do a combo of the two on this last section. I really like the way the blueberry felt on that last pass. So we're gonna do 25 millimeter cut, 4 little dabs of in-game for our cutting phase. Speed 1, spread out. Speed 4. Boom. All right, so we don't have to take the pad off because we're just switching over to the rotary with that baby blue detail coat pad. Gonna put us a little dab there. We're not even gonna wipe off this polish. Speed 1 and go to town. Don't forget to use that trigger lock. Don't forget the trigger lock's there. Sometimes I forget about the trigger lock. We're just balancing that machine, letting the machine do all the work. Boom. Now let's see if we got some results or not. Oh yeah. So there you go. That's kind of what we're left with. All three areas. And boom, let's wrap this up. Oh, and just for reference, got the paint gauge back out. Set to mil. And let's do 4.4, 4.2, and 4.5. So you can see even with pretty much 3 different stages of heavy paint correction, 3.8 there, 4.2. I mean, we barely chopped pretty much anything off the surface here. So you can see with proper technique, the perfect amount of passes, get your test spot down. You're gonna skim that clear coat off, even with those 2000 grit sanding marks. The right combo is gonna hit it, knock them off real nice and pretty, leave you with a beautiful finish and plenty of clear coat left behind. And there you go, paint correction made simple. We used some detail coat in-game as our compound, adjustable cutting compound to your liking, whether you're using nice heavy wool pad, the blueberry pad on that 25 millimeter, do some heavy chopping, or finishing it down with that baby blue finishing pad. In-game can adapt to your compound there and give you a nice aggressive level of cut and some nice finishing abilities. The DIY Detail cord-free polisher is fantastic. You got your little battery indicator, all the good stuff, rubberized grip, really smooth machines, really quiet. Great first impressions for me using these finished models here. This was the first time I tried them out on video, so I wanted to give you my first reaction, see how they pair up with the Detail Co. cutting polishing system. We use those new CarPro sanding discs. They got the clog-free technology silica carbide. These are really, really cool. Come in 3000, 2000, and 1500, I believe. These are amazing. We're gonna add these to the house ASAP. These are awesome. These polishers are awesome. And of course, you know, I think the Detail Co. cutting system is pretty epic along with the in-game compound. If you ain't checked all this out, go check it out. There you go, Rotary. There's nothing to fear, whether you're cutting or finishing with the Rotary. Rotary's super easy to learn, use. You just gotta know the 2 modes of cutting. Little angle, gonna get you some good cutting, and flats finishing. Once you get a groove of the machine and how it controls and how you use its power to your advantage, it's a beautiful machine to learn. You're getting all the nooks and crannies, that kind of deal. Do some heavy cutting, do some finishing. I do agree with Ivan that a Rotary finishing pad on a Rotary machine is hard to beat. It's a beautiful, beautiful, brilliant finish. And of course, you got the 25 millimeter chopper you can throw. I showed it today, you can finish with the baby blue pad, so it can do some cutting, it can do some finishing. It's just a beautiful, beautiful machine. There you go. Find all this in the description below at the house. We'll catch you on the next one.